in my opinion, at least, and obviously your server is going to vary. What is up, kings and queens of Azeroth? My name is Remy, and in this video, I want to talk to you about how to get the Darkmoon storage box. It's actually relevant right now since the Darkmoon Faire is in Elwynn Forest. It is one of the nice little perks of World of Warcraft Classic Season of Discovery that the Darkmoon Faire is happening more frequently than usual. We're not supposed to have this until like the first week or second week of January or whatever. It's like 2-3 weeks away from now. So we have an opportunity once per character to get a 14 slot bag. And why would you want this? Well, first of all, it is one of the largest bags that you can get in the first phase of World of Warcraft Season of Discovery. You can see that the Darkmoon storage box is a 14 slot bag. The only bags that you can get that are larger are from rare drops. The Traveler's Backpack you can sometimes find. You can fish it up. But this is one of the biggest bags that you can get. So like if you're really in the market for more storage, then this is obviously something that you should definitely chase. But also, if you're trying to make a little bit of gold, you can sell it on the auction house. You just got to make sure that if you're buying the materials that you're not spending too much. Now, what am I talking about? The Darkmoon Faire has got this storied history. Matter of fact, here you go. I'm going to just kind of show you right here. January 5th is going to start on January 8th. That's when it was supposed to start, and it wasn't going to be in Mulgore, but more on that in just a second. So the way that you get this bag is you get 50 of the Darkmoon Faire tickets. Now, usually there's all these games and stuff that you can do with the Darkmoon Faire, but not on Classic, not on Season of Discovery. So you have these turn-ins right here. You can see there are 5 tiers of turn-ins. Tier 1 is the easiest items to turn in, obviously, and Tier 5 is the hardest items to turn in. I don't believe that Tier 3 is even available, but one of the other perks of World of Warcraft Classic Season of Discovery is the reputation cutoff doesn't exist. Some say that this is a bug. Somebody from Blizzard came out and tweeted that this is not a bug. This is intended. This is a nice little bonus for players playing Season of Discovery. So that means that you can turn in Tier 1 forever to get all the way up as high rank as possible, when before you had to stop at basically 500 and then you had to jump to the Tier 2. People discover this because, you know, they're trying to make money selling these boxes, right? So the turn-ins are repeatable, and there are these different NPCs hanging out in Darkmoon Faire, and I'll show you them in just a second. But you can see that, like, for example, this guy, Yeb Nebelgear, has got 5 tiers of turn-ins: small furry paws, torn bear pelts, soft bushy tails, vibrant plumes, more bad eyes, right? Great stuff. You have coarse weight stones if you're a miner. Could be a good opportunity there, turning in coarse weight stones and heavy grinding stones. Copper modulator, wearing bronze gizmo, both good opportunities there. And then you have embossed leather boots, toughened leather armor, leather worker stuff. But what we're going to focus on today is trying to find the cheapest, fastest way to get this. You can turn in 13 of these or 50 of these, right? Because you got to get 50 tickets. Now, it is worth mentioning that if the fair is in your faction's city, for example, now it's in Elwynn Forest, just south of Goldshire on the Alliance side, there is a quest to go to visit the fair in your home city here. It gives you 5 tickets. So really, if it's in your side, if it's on your faction, then you only have to farm 45 of those tickets in order to get the bag. If you're on the opposite faction, you have to do all 50 and you got to run there. It's kind of a bummer, but it does rotate back and forth. Next time we have this, maybe in a week or two, whenever the next Darkmoon Faire is going to be, it's going to be in Mulgore outside of Orgrimmar or Thunder Bluff, I guess. Anyway, the Furry Paw, let's see, Furry Paw is kind of expensive. You need 5 of these to turn in, right? And it's running at about 10 silver each. These have been up to 30 silver, 40 silver each. And of course, right here, you need 5 of them. So 50 silver per turn in, on average, and you need 50 of them. Let's just say 50. Let's just assume you don't have those free 5 tickets. So you need 50 turn-ins to get to get the 50 tickets, and you need basically 50 silver per turn-in. That's a lot. It's like 25 gold worth of materials, which it doesn't seem like a lot, but your mount in phase 2 is going to be around 100 gold, with reputation discounts and all of that. Torn bear pelt might be a little bit easier of a purchase. You need 5 of those as well, and you do get more tickets for it. But 30 silver instead of 10 silver, and then I just don't think that this is the way. Anytime you have to farm the materials like this, it's usually a little bit more expensive. What I think the fastest way is with copper bars. If you are an engineer, or if you know an engineer, or start a character that is an engineer just for this, copper bars can be had for 1 to 2 silver. If we scroll over to some of the bigger stacks here, let's see, 10 for 34. That's still 3 silver-ish per. let's see, the 20s. 43. See, that's about 2 silver per. So that's not too bad, right? And we're talking about the copper modulator. All right, you need 5 copper modulators. How many copper bars do you need for the copper modulator? Let's go take a look. It is 3. I know. I'm gonna click on it just to bring us over here anyway. Created by, there you go, copper modulator. So you need 1 copper bar and you need 2 handful of copper bolts, which is 1 copper bar each. So you need 3 copper bars per, and you need 5 for the turn-in. So that means we need 15 copper bars per turn-in plus the 2 linen cloth, which is not nothing. Let's put in linen cloth here. So it's about, you know, we could call it 1 silver for 2. Just for the sake of making things easier, we'll call it 1 silver for 2. So we have copper bar, which is, you know, on average 2 to 3 silver each. You need 3 of them per. That's 6 to 7. Let's call it 8 silver. Let's call it 8 silver total per turn in, but you have to have engineering. All right. So you need the 3 copper bar and the linen. It's 8 silver to make the copper modulator. Just like the small furry paw, you do need 5 of them, right? 5 of them to turn in. And of course you multiply that by 50 because this tier 1 only gives you 50 tickets. So it is slightly less expensive to do the copper modulator route if you have an engineer, obviously. It's going to cost you about 7 silver per item or about 35 silver per turn in instead of the small furry paw, which is going to cost you around, you know, between 10 and 15 silver per item or above 50, 60, 70 silver per 5 turn-in. So in my opinion, at least, and obviously your server is going to vary, doing the copper modulator is going to be the way to go. You can see that these are actually even 10 silver. People are selling these on the auction house because of the turn-in. But if you're an engineer, just buy the copper bar. Just buy the 3 copper bars and make it yourself. Or if you have, you know, just level a character and throw engineering on him for this event. That's what I'm going to do. I've got a character that's level 15 that doesn't have a profession slot just yet. And that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to throw this on there, craft it up. You can do the math on the total amount of materials that you need. I'm going to let you do that math on your own. I'm really bad at math. But the point is, guys, you need 50 of these turn-ins. And how much does it cost? Like, what's the cheapest thing that you can do? Obviously, if you go mine the copper yourself and go farm the linen cloth yourself, or you go farm the small furry paws yourself, or whatever, that's obviously going to be the cheapest way. But instead, you're trading your time for it. If you're trying to just buy it, trying to just buy the materials, then this is the best way. Though I would recommend using this as a gold making opportunity. The small furry paw, for example, does get up to 30 silver and prime time. If you're interested in learning more about that, maybe where to farm some of these small furry paws, check out the video that's on screen now. It's going to kind of break down the same thing, but backwards. I think that this box is worth getting, this Darkmoon Faire. You've got a high enough level and you've got enough cash. You should either get it and flip the box, or you should get it and keep it. And don't forget, you can get it on multiple characters. As always, be good or be good at it. I'll see you next time.